Edition of the Black Table, the place where we break down life's issues from a man's perspective, with a drinking and of course good company. I am Olamide and I will be your host for the evening. Get ready to dive into tonight's topic. This one's going to be really interesting. We're talking about the talking stage and the entitlement madness going around. Two things every guy has a story about. But before we kick off, we'll talk about quick fires. Allegations of infidelity rocks the marriage of Nigerian singer Harry Song. Boyfriend hides his criminal past from his girlfriend. And we will find out what the men of the Black Table think about splitting bills, all on our quick fires. At this point, I'll go ahead to introduce the most prestigious of men and real trophies to the society. They are really the price we're talking about. Yeah, no one wrote anything. This is just, coming out naturally. But of course, we're talking about the men who make this show complete. There's nothing that goes on the right way without these guys. And of course, I'll be starting with our fashion and lifestyle and travel mongo, Opoluwafemi. We call him the rich uncle. The producer said that. Woo! The rich uncle.
Producer said I should take it easy with the drink. That the entire episode of last season, my glass was empty, so I'm going to take it easy.
Yeah, so it's going to be taking it easy. I hope you've had a wonderful week.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, what would the show be without its own navigator, the diplomat, the actor, MC, the premium MC, Dek Imafidon. And the man who has been traveling around Lagos to Kaduna to,
My brother, we're just looking for food.
Yes, I know. We're looking for food to get. In this economy, we all have to do
a way to eat, you understand? It's really awesome to be here again. I missed the show last weekend, My week wasn't complete,
Oh,
yeah, but
we know what you were doing.
I miss your faces, guys.
No, but we know what you were doing, though.
Nice to have you back.
But we're not going to talk about that. We know what you were doing.
And of course, he's arguably one of the best voices on Nigerian radio. The man with amazing wits and humor. The mayor of Agungu himself.
Here we go.
An all-round good guy. Tear gang.
The only man
he had to reveal himself.
The only man that does not cheat.
We're here. The most faithful guy in Las Giddy.
Oh, okay, sorry, the most faithful guy.
Come on, man.
As in, sometimes it's a bit.
You don't cheat.
I don't.
You don't cheat.
Yeah,
that's for children. That's for young boys.
Yeah. And I like that you actually clarified that because, of course,
you see, when you love your spouse to the extent that your life is not yours, that you're willing to die for her, what you do is you get another spouse. I'm just joking.
Navigate these waters carefully.
Exactly. You need to be careful with what you say next before we talk about the padlock you have around your waist.
Yes.
But
get from around the waist.
See, there was a prayer I did when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
I said, if I'm ever found wanting in that department, may it not rise. May it not function.
Wow.
So, it's hard to function with another person. That's why I just have to be faithful, because it's a waste of time.
God, I bet.
Okay, he said it all.
Prayers have been answered.
Wow. This is what the Black Table is all about. It's about
especially
not holding back a bit. And, of course, we have got loads of stuff to talk about.
Drinking started
too early. I'm already choking.
Honestly, drinking started too early.
So before I continue choking, I just want to ask this question. Of course, you guys saw the uproar on social media during the week and how certain people, voiced their,
opinions.
Their opinions on certain aspects of spending on their agenda. That's basically where we're taking our main topic from. Because, certain things were said during the conversation, including the talking stage. You understand? So, hopefully we'll be hearing a lot of things from you guys. But before then, we take a quick break. When we return, the Black Table continues.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table, and of course, we're diving into the first quick fire for today. A lot diving protected. A lot has happened, during the past week, and I think I first came across videos of Harry Song on Sunday, this past Sunday, where he complained about his experiences with his estranged wife and how things went south. Okay. And then on Monday, she put out a video, giving her own version of stories. But in actual sense, what they were doing is they were pointing fingers. You said this, you said that, you did this, you did that. And if you really look at it, it boils down to one thing. Both of them, their marriage just didn't work out. But I think the problem here is, why put all of that stuff on social media? Why do our celebrities do that?
Well, truth be told, these people never learn. I think it's a way, Harry Songs, who happens to be a friend in the industry, needs to keep himself relevant, needs to keep himself in the discussion, needs to keep himself in the search engine. And so I always wonder why people always bring these personal issues to the public eye. But when they've chosen to do so, they've given us another season or another series to watch and debate and see what happens at the end of the day. Harry Songs has lived his own kind of lifestyle as every other artist has been. I don't know what has happened in his home, whether he's been unfaithful or not, but the stories are out there in the industry. The wife has this to say, he has this to say. He was even making mention about the wife's mother. And that was why the wife actually came out and said she didn't want to say anything, but she feels she's being attacked personally. Her mom is being attacked, her family is being attacked, and she needs to come and basically clear the air or clear the waters. So they've given us content, they've given us gist that we like to hear. And the most upsetting thing for me is that there are children involved.
Exactly.
And when do these guys realize that the internet never forgets? The internet never deletes. Your kids will come, grow up to see these things happen, see the conflict, and hear stories about grandma, your wife, and the father as well, which is so sad to see and experience.
Well said, well said. Dek, what's your take on this whole, madness?
For starters, Harry Song is someone who I've loved his music for so long, and I don't want to be, sentimental about some of the things that I would say. But I'll start by saying, on countless times or countless occasions, we have come on the table and we've talked about people's relationships, especially celebrities and what have you. And I believe there are a number of things involved, one of which is sometimes they do it like they want to, stay relevant, right? That's one. Two, of what use has it been to anybody by putting their relationships online? Of what use has it ever been to anybody? Like, in all of the time that you have ever heard that celebrities put their relationships online, how many of them have come out of it
and have resolved it? Yeah.
How many? What you find out oftentimes is it keeps going on, keeps going on. Another very interesting example is that of this OBD lady, this Cora BD, yeah. Her relationship has ended almost a year ago or so. But the problems keep going even after the guy has found another lady who he's with. The problem keeps going. And you see, one of the issues about relationships, not even just celebrity relationships, is people unfortunately marry their fans.
Okay. That's a nice take.
You see, when
celebrities married fans and not partners.
Olamide, I'm one of the first set of people to start skits in Nigeria. When I was going to get married, the first thing I looked at, in fact, I was very, 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 objective about the fact that I wanted to be sure that my wife did not know who I was. And so when I asked her, she just got back from the UK. So when I asked her, I said, "Have you seen my stuff on
Johnny?"
She said, it looked, or it felt to her like I was trying to brag. No, I wasn't trying to brag, because the bulk of the people I had around me were people who just wanted to be able to say, "I know Johnny. I can call him for you. You will speak to him."
You need to bring back that series.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I've outgrown the character.
We'll cast somebody else. We need to bring Johnny back. We need to bring Johnny back.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But another thing I've realized is the fact that you need to be sure that the person who you're marrying is not a fan, is not somebody who wants to be with you because of one thing or the other. Because I can't understand a reason why anyone who is in a marriage where children are involved, whatever the case is, you are not able to resolve amongst yourself, even if you want to go separate ways. We have celebrities in this country who have gone their separate ways, and they came out about it. They even came out and even dropped, a statement, and that was the end of it. No drama, no fight, nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like there are a number of things that people can do going forward. I'm talking about celebrities.
From what I saw online, I actually felt for the woman. I really felt for the woman. Surprisingly, there were a lot of things that Harry Song said. But, being a man, I feel that no matter what happens, you need to protect the mother of your children. There are certain things you don't put out on social media. There are certain things that you should protect your family from. Because as it is, no matter what happens, she's the mother of your children, whether you're still married or you're divorced.
I agree. Well, I love
really
that you talked about children and the lady. I don't know the story, right? And I'm not saying that the lady is wrong. All I'm saying is that it's important to understand that whatever it is that is going on between that four walls of that marriage must be kept in the four walls
of that marriage,
Whether it goes south or it goes west, east or north, you must be able to, keep it in such the importance, like you said, the importance of keeping it in the four walls is not just for yourself. You can't be selfish enough to want to express yourself and just so that you make people feel like, okay, I was not at fault. Who cares? Who cares whether you're at fault or not? Everybody, like you said, is content to us. We're having a conversation about it right now. And a lot more people will probably, get on that podcast and say one thing or the other about it. But nobody really cares. At night, when you're by yourself, who cares to know whether Harry Song is crying or is doing well or the lady is happy or the children are not? You cannot be selfish and not take into consideration that your children are the most important part of this marriage. So anything you need to do to protect your children has to come first, even if it means keeping quiet.
Thank you very much, Dek. Rich Uncle, you've been quiet so far. It'll be nice to hear from you. What do you take on this?
It's sad that in 2024, people still don't know that you can go your separate ways, and you don't need to feed the world with anything. It's sad that adults, it's very sad. And people, I don't know what, now I think that people need to learn how to, we have disengaged. I'm going this way. She's going this way. And that's that. We have no story to tell you. It has ended. It's not that hard now.
Exactly.
It can't be that hard. Nobody needs to know that you were not the villain. You were the villain. We don't need that information. We don't. And it does nothing. Aside from just giving us content. It does nothing.
Exactly.
It does nothing.
And, analyzing both stories and both sides and listening to both of them go at, their own versions of the story, I just realized that marriage is not for everyone. Because it takes a certain level of maturity, a certain level of dedication and commitment for people to stay in a marriage.
Absolutely.
And from all the things that, has been spreading online and offline, please, Nigerians, it's not by force. You don't need to marry. If you're not ready for it, don't get into it. It's a lot of work to stay married.
It's not just work. It's a lot of patience, maturity.
And if you get married and it doesn't work out, go your separate ways. You don't need to tell us anything.
It's not the end of the world.
Just go your separate ways.
Now, let's move into our next quick fire. Now, talking about it's not by force. So there's this lady, she's a Nigerian, and she put out a tweet talking about how her boyfriend hid his criminal past from her. I'm just going to read a bit of what she put out, and it goes like this. My boyfriend hid his criminal past from me. I'm Nigerian and I live abroad, and met a very lovely young man from Zambia. this guy is everything I wanted and more. He's thoughtful and kind, very kind, which is something I was really looking for in a partner. A kind man, and then stops, then goes. I work long hours, and sometimes after work, I get home to food from my favorite restaurant that is ordered. The good, okay, so it's pretty long, but the whole summation of what she's talked about is he's got all the traits of a fantastic man. Okay. Strong, supportive, is there when he has to be. But however, she discovered that he has a criminal past, which he didn't tell her. Now, when do you say the past is the past? Okay, so when is it a problem?
Hold on. Criminal past as in he went to prison?
Yes.
So he went to prison and didn't let her know. It's kind of dicey. Because when you're getting married to someone, are they married?
No, they're not. But it got serious.
So, well, it's dicey because women will tell you the past is the past. Maybe that's the card he's playing here.
Yeah.
If we're going to be honest.
But do you think it's important to, to
disclose this,
so someone you're with everything about your past?
Personally, I think full disclosure is very important, so you know what you're getting into. And the reason why full disclosure is very important is nobody on the outside has a one-up on you anymore. Because they're not going to come up to you and tell you something that, oh, do you know that your husband was doing so and be like, yes, I know. I mean, has somebody ever tried to tell your wife something about you and she's like, yes, I know? It's very, very important. Full disclosure is very important. However, as boyfriend and girlfriend, I think people still hide certain levels of their existence, their experiences, their life.
Yeah.
I don't think it's right, and that do I think is wrong. But when you are married, full disclosure is very important.
But, okay, let me ask gang. So they're dating, and you're right about that. While they're dating, certain informations might be left out. However, when you get married, you have to divulge all those things. But when is the right time to divulge such a serious information like, going to jail?
You put a ring on it.
Yeah.
I want to play devil's advocate a little bit. Because,
as usual,
I can't remember all my past sins.
We know. We do.
Right?
It's documented.
So, but when I have moved on, I have moved on. And sometimes you don't want that memory to come up and bring you back and take you to that uncomfortable place that you once were.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? So I've moved on from that. So sometimes accept me for who I am now.
Now, okay.
Accept me for who I am today. There are certain things you might be privy to, things that can affect you. But the fact that I might have I've been to prison on a couple of things, that's an experience that maybe I don't want to share at the moment.
Yeah.
She did her research and found out.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to share that now, but that doesn't really change much. I once asked this question that when it comes to Nigerian women, do a lot of Nigerian women actually care your source of income?
No. No.
Sometimes they don't. Whether you're a Yahoo or a criminal or a politician,
as long as you bring in the
you're bringing it, some people don't care. But when you now discover certain things that can affect you,
it now becomes a problem.
Then I would understand. But in this kind of situation, she says the guy was hiding. It could be he hadn't told her yet. Not that he was hiding it.
This next question has to be
I haven't told her yet. But then she now uncovered it. So now that you know, what do we do? Does that change who I am now?
So it's a good thing, and I love the direction you took it, because a lot of times women try to find out things themselves and do not wait for the man to tell them. And I'm still going to push the same question that I pushed to gang to you.
Right.
When is the right time for a man to, give certain information about his past to, his partner?
Well, I don't think there is a stipulated time for you to inform your partner about specific things. Now, this differs based on individuality and, of course, how comfortable people are. Why do I say this? The reason why I say this is because there are different types of people and different types of, handling, especially when it comes to relationship matters. Some people are not comfortable talking at all in relationships, which essentially means communication. Some guys are very reserved. Doesn't mean they don't have what they need to say to their partners. Like you said, another way to look at it is the fact that whoever said that guy was not going to tell her. Can we say how long they were together? how long were they together? What if they were together for just months? And the guy feels like
they were together long enough because she had met his family, members of his family, and other people as well.
How long? Like let's say how long?
Let's give it a year.
A year. Great. A year. Fantastic. Do you know the state of mind that this guy was in when he had these criminal issues? What if he had to get over that state of mind for him to become a better person? And probably he doesn't want to share that information so that he doesn't, relapse into that state of mind again.
Yeah.
And so he decided that, okay, you know what, let me keep this to myself for now till we are strong enough or close enough to be able to share this information. And I would explain to you that this is the state of mind I was when this happened.
Yeah.
And this is why I didn't want to say this to you at that time, because I didn't feel I was strong enough to be able to tell you this and get over it. What if I told you this and I detached?
You know what? There's something someone told me, a case very close to this, but it wasn't about a criminal past. It was more about, a secret that was so huge that he didn't know how to tell his wife. And he was joking, and we all told him, we're like, okay, why don't you just tell your wife? So he's like, oh, how do I tell her? We're having dinner, and I go like, oh, by the way, Oni, this thing happened 10 years ago. That how do you break it down? And a lot of times, I know there's no right time to, give certain information. However,
who is to say that this guy has not tried to tell her? You do know that there's sometimes men try to communicate with their spouses, and
they see what they want to see.
You just throw like a tip of the iceberg, and you see that everything changes.
Maybe the guy did something like this, like, by the way, what do you think if I told you I had a criminal past? And she goes, I'll leave you.
Exactly.
Okay, I didn't do anything.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And this guy changes his mind. We don't know what has happened in that relationship. What we do know is that she complained that she found out this or that, which is okay. But however, what was the response? That's another way to look at it. What did the guy do?
As the story goes on, she has been contemplating whether she should end it, or continue. But she knows that she can't deal with that. But the sad thing is that she has enjoyed so many benefits of this relationship.
Okay.
So she now feels because of that, she doesn't want something to happen when they get married, that she'll now be like she knew this information and she went along.
So she says she can't deal with that, but
she could deal with
enjoyed.
She could deal with the benefits.
She has been enjoying the benefits.
She could deal with the benefit. So that you see that again raises the question of what women want in a relationship. Is it the benefit or the history?
And also, should your past, both male and female
matter,
be used against you in the present?
Exactly. So that's the thing. You want to write it down?
No.
Because write it down. You didn't take notes.
No, because really, if you look at it, should your past be used against you in the present?
Yeah.
It's very, very valid.
It's very important.
Okay, what if the person deposited 2 children?
However, that past is very, very, it's very subjective.
So let's flip it. And the guy finds out that, this girl was when she was in the university.
She was doing runs.
And she says that was the past, I'm a changed person. I mean, we would expect him to take her for who she is now.
Because he's only a criminal because he was found guilty. Was caught and found guilty. For those that have not yet been caught and have been committing crimes. Because here's the funny thing.
But wait.
We have mafia guys.
So
we have bad guys.
I was going to ask
partners.
Wait, guys. I mean, crime is crime.
Yeah.
But what exactly did this guy do?
Crime is not crime, but I get you.
No, I'm saying that crime is crime. My brother, crime is crime. If you're convicted, you are convicted.
It is what it is.
Do you understand? If you stole a biro
you kill person
and you were convicted, you are a crime.
It is what it is.
If you kill somebody, crime.
But I disagree.
Do you understand? I'm just saying. However, what exactly did this guy do? We also need to be very careful. This girl might be scared.
Yeah, they never really said what he did.
Yes,
but
you might be scared.
It actually,
if this guy,
if you read along,
she will be scared.
It actually seems like it's something that involved violence. So her fear was let the guy not one day become violent with her.
Exactly.
So
that's it.
I think we could all look at different points when it comes to this. To be fair on the lady. If she's not comfortable being with an ex-con, she can talk to him and let him know, like, okay, these are my reasons. If they need to work it out, they'll work it out. If it's not going to work, move further,
I don't think there's
move ahead. I mean, it's a basic thing. But then, still talking about, we have a lot of relationship type thing today on the show. Our tech bro at DK Uzo tweeted in this. He's based abroad, and he said this: in Nigeria, I be Odogu, but you see this UK, if you know, accept my 60% split bill wise, come and be going. So I know we've had this conversation before, and it's something that's continuous. It's going to keep coming up because men and women haven't come to an agreement globally now on how this works. In most parts of Nigeria, men are expected to take 80 to 90% of
my brother, you
the bill, if not 100%.
My brother, you just die.
I'm just saying.
You will kill yourself.
Look,
let me tell you. Yeah. This is what I say all the time. See, you are not trying to die. You are not trying to kill yourself, bro. Let me tell you something. It all boils down to the kind of partner that you choose. Yep. And I'm talking about the life partner you're choosing.
Yep.
I had a conversation with my wife this evening. We're talking about a lady who was, running around in the rain. Right? But guess what? Her husband is a billionaire. My wife was asking me that, why is this girl running up and down like this? Her husband has money now. And I said to her, her husband has money today. Do you know what will happen next week? This woman wants to keep herself busy. She doesn't want to be redundant. She doesn't want to be a trophy wife.
Yeah.
She wants to have something for herself,
Smart
which is
woman.
respectful. Yeah. And is respectable, right? Smart woman. How many people or how many men take into cognizance the fact that my wife needs to do something because of the rainy days? The Yoruba people have a proverb. They say, "Igba olobi orire." What that means is that things will not be sweet every day. Every day is not Christmas. You need to have support. When you say support system, your wife should be your support system. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not splitting.
My brother.
No, I need to understand.
See, when you are talking about support, support is splitting now, my brother. So there are certain things you want to do in the house. I don't need to tell my wife. My wife will tell me, you know what, babe, so yeah, let's do this together.
But is it like a fixed arrangement, or it's just like
it doesn't have to be fixed.
Let me answer.
It doesn't.
When you're with a partner, let me make this as layman as possible. When you're with a partner that has sense, a partner that is not stupid, a partner that is logical, they know their responsibilities and what they need to do, and they don't need to be told, and it just works. I've gone out on certain occasions with my wife. By the time they brought the bill, my wife says she has already sorted it, and it's not dragging there. This is my better half. We are one.
That's it.
You get where I'm coming from?
That's it.
Left to me. Now here's the funny thing. Left to me, as the man I am, I will never let my wife pay for anything in her life as long as I can provide it. Do you understand? But she also has her own pride and feels as if sometimes I need to do my own stuff. It's not every time, honey. Do you understand? They call you, they need to do something that they can afford to do. And that's the problem with relationships these days. They've made it materialistic, they've made it financial, they've monetized it to the point that a man must do. So what are you doing? And I learned this thing the hard. When my dad passed, when I was young, and my dad passed, I knew how hardworking my mom was before he passed. Absolutely. And what she had done to make sure she could still take care of herself and the family.
That's right.
Just imagine if my mom was one of these modern day gold digging holes that we see online.
I agree.
Nothing. Just imagine what I would do today.
Rich uncle's hand is up in the air.
I
Like,
agree.
You get where I'm coming from?
I agree. Totally.
It was NBC. Not mistake.
Sorry, I'm just saying. Just imagine.
I agree.
But here's the thing. This is my own position. I do understand that everybody cannot be the same, right? But what I always tell everybody, every man that I've had this conversation with, this 50-50 splitting bills is, you get to a point in life where you don't live with your parents anymore, right? You don't live with your parents, so that means you fend for yourself. Live a life that you can afford to finance. Never, ever, ever
live above your expenses.
They told my father and my uncle of blessed memories, if I didn't take anything from them, I took that. They said, never, ever, ever look at your woman's money. because it's not yours. It doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
It doesn't exist. So, and I have a couple of friends that are divorced, and I always tell them that, see, live in a house where only you can afford to pay rent. Send your kids to school that only you can afford to pay the school fees. Build a life that, look, if your wife says that we need, this is what I can afford. If you want more than this, it's up to you. It's very important to have a working partner. It's very, very important because anything can happen, especially when you have children.
Brother, you're a businessman.
But as a man,
You're a businessman.
As a man,
it's getting somewhere. I want to hear.
Your greatest strength is your money.
That's
never, ever, ever, ever let a woman say to you that Ajorani. Translation. We bought it together.
Again,
we paid for it together. Anything she wants to buy.
That depends on the kind of woman.
Wait. We need to hear.
Again, that depends on the type of woman we have.
Bro,
you need to take a break now. No. You need to take a break now. When we come back, we'll hear more from Rich Uncle.
Anything she wants to buy, let her buy. But no, they look your woman money.
Okay, Rich Uncle.
Now, recipe for disaster.
Hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll hear more from Rich Uncle and the rest of the guys. It is still the Black Table.
Always treat your bros the way you want to be treated. Bro code.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun. The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. Tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on. You're my provider. You're my provider.
Welcome back. Before we came back from the short break, Dek was just telling us about someone who was watching the show live from Wales, all the way from Wales. Hopefully, we're doing a pretty good job.
Absolutely. Okay. He said you're doing well. He's doing well done.
Well. Okay, fantastic. That's really good. Now, it's time for us to talk about our main topic, and it's something that we've touched on a while back, but now we have to talk about it again because there's so much noise going on about, relationship standards, what women think, what men think, and it's really mad. But it starts from somewhere, and that is the talking stage and the entitlement madness. Now, the entitlement madness goes both ways. It's both genders. There are certain men who expect certain types of recognition because they've initiated conversations over, wanting to be with a woman, and vice versa. Some women, it's called billing. They use it to try and size you up. But what we want to do is, talk about it and find out where it all went wrong and if it's even right. If it's right based on the timing, whether it's right based on the situation and the trajectory of, today's society. So I'm going to go to Rich Uncle first because he was saying something.
As usual.
Yes, because he was saying something that really caught me. And I want to start with that. Let's start with defining talking stage. What is talking stage to you?
There's no talking stage again. Let's be honest. There's no talking stage anymore.
Yeah.
Talking stage that we knew was, okay, I want to know you. You're getting to know each other. Now we've heard that it's billing. If you take my number in the morning,
by night time.
Night. So clearly it's, and I think if we're going to be honest, romance is dead. What is available now is just a business transaction. Like, okay, what can you give me? What can I get for? It's very transactional.
Swipe the card between the butt cheeks.
Like, so you either swipe the card on the POS terminal or you're swiping it between. You know, so the reality is romance is dead. Everybody is just in there for what can I grab? What can I grab? The guy is looking to grab. The girl is looking to grab your money. So it is what it is. So, I think personally talking. However, let's not put it that way. I think in reality, in some certain realms where finance is not an issue, because I think that if you think talking stage is about billing, it's because you have money problems. Let's be honest. I mean, if a human being is in front of me and the person wants to get to know me, and I'm like, how much do you have? Where do you work? How much can you give me? What are you doing?
Very strange.
What are you doing? So when people stop being hungry, talking stage will come back.
Okay. What is your definition of talking stage?
Well, like Rich Uncle rightly said, you know, talking stage right now is very
commercial.
I wouldn't say commercial. I would say it's
It's a business venture.
It's very vague.
Very vague.
You know,
okay.
it's almost not there
Undefined,
anymore.
yeah.
It's non-existent,
you know, because what we used to know as talking stage is, remember that year where we used to listen to Westlife and scribble out words,
Love letters,
and then you drop the message so that they can wake up to the message. You do that for like a while.
I never did any of those.
And those kind of,
Game Boy.
this was
Game
very bad.
Boy.
I never did any of that, but
Game Boy.
That was the concept at the time. But right now, there are too many people. So the thing is this, right? There are different types of people, and I'm talking about the female gender. There are people who are actual intellectuals, all right?
And then they're a horse.
And then I didn't say that.
NBC.
Right? I didn't say. I'm just saying that.
almost spit out what was in my mouth.
There are different people. You guys should listen out. There are actually different types of female. Some females are there to actually, relate with you, try to at least do it right for a little while.
No, so the thing
like
you
do
said,
it right.
Oh no.
While,
So you said, relate with you, do it right. Like
for
those
a little
are
while.
very ambiguous statements.
No,
Please
that's what I'm saying.
clarify.
Like, do it for a little while. You
What
understand?
are they doing?
Like talk, have conversations, go on actual dates, Nigerians don't actually realize that dating is not relationship.
Yeah.
Dating is actually taking someone out.
Trying to get a good experience
get a
together.
good experience together.
Which is supposed to be the actual
which
talking
is
stage.
actually supposed to be the talking stage.
Yeah.
All right? But we have eluded that.
Before
and
they become exclusive.
It has now come into, meet me at so and so place. From so and so place,
money for
we're
cab.
going to so and so place.
Off clots.
And then
Off light.
and then
clots.
after going to that place, your bill is and you would have thought that the bill ended at the restaurant, but the bill is still continuing. So you need to.
That's an entirely different transaction.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in a nutshell, it is now very transactional, and it's unfortunate because it's a trend that is deteriorating even worse. I saw a skit this morning of two girls and a guy who went to rob a guy. Now, these girls went to rob the guy in his house in Lekki. Now, this guy is in Lekki screaming that he doesn't have money, doesn't have anything, right? Unfortunately, this guy was asked a question. Now, why he doesn't have money? What's he doing in Lekki? He said that's the fake life that everybody is living now. That he doesn't have money. That when he was living in Ikorodu, that nobody was coming to see him. But now that he's living in Lekki, everybody wants to come and visit him. That people from Ikorodu will come, people from Mushi will come, people from Oshodi will come. Right now, the girls, they didn't have anything. The guy now said, so they now said, this one don't get money. They were now going. The guy now said, don't forget that there's SEO, there's Netflix. Would you people just stay? And guess what? These girls dropped the gun, removed the mask, and they stayed and watched Netflix. So it was expressive because for me, that meant to me that they didn't need to feel anything for the guy. As long as the guy had AC in his house, he was living in Lekki, they can take pictures, do their TikTok, that's it.
Thank God that was his skit.
Do These things happen, bro. These things happen. Look,
Modern day.
Bro, let me bust your mind. I'm so sorry. Let me bust your mind. I've seen girls in this country, this Lagos. This girl was walking on the street. My guy, where I no go talking name. This girl was walking on the street. I've never seen such in my life before. This guy just says, "What's up? Hi, how are you doing? How's it going? What's happening?" This girl followed him into his house. You don't understand. She was walking.
I know what.
I don't know where.
So
bro,
I can imagine what the guy.
I don't understand.
Imagine what the guy looks
you
like.
don't understand. I don't understand
where he lives,
what
where he drives, and so on.
Where was this girl going to? I'm sure she had somewhere she was going to. Somebody stops you. You have a conversation with the person, and you follow the person into the house. Yeah. Didn't you have somewhere you were going to?
No, but see.
For me, I'm like,
your destiny. Things can change.
Yes. No, but that's the reality.
The modern day. Listen, I know somebody that met his wife in the club.
Okay.
Destiny can.
I've heard of people that got married after one night stands.
Okay.
And they're still happily together. There's no definite, formula for these things.
Yeah.
Bro.
The modern day talking stage is what you people say or do before you first shag.
Shag, like I don't understand.
Before you engage in coitus.
What's the issue?
That thing that you like.
No,
you call it ta-ta-ta. So that's what the talking stage has come to these days. The time you meet and what you say to the point where you guys know that we want to get physical. It could be on day 1, it could be on day 20.
People wait 20 days.
Some people
wait 1 year.
But here's the funny thing. For me now, I need to attack you guys. Not you guys, but you guys. Men are the problem. Why?
I agree.
Why? Because the guys that could afford this, that could spend all the money, they were not like us that we used to use sweet words and yarn and conversations to woo women. They had nothing. They had no game. They had nothing going for them but their finances. And they used to flash money in front of women. Women couldn't believe, this guy gave you this, this guy did this for you. And they now said, all you have to do is this, and the guys will spend.
Yes.
So it's the men that started using money to catch women that made women feel as if we can get money from guys if we do this.
I'm so sorry. Well, let me explain something to you. Do you guys know that it's a pandemic right now?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Do you now know? Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't want to expose this because Richard will get too excited. Do you know that South African girls are actually moving to Nigeria?
Not as much as the men.
Ask them now. They are the ones that spend money now.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's
They say you're one of them.
Richard, please explain this thing to them.
I don't spend money on women.
It doesn't. His risk is on point.
No, so here's the thing. The truth is, if you have ever been that boy that could not get girls when you were broke, when you now have money,
my brother, you will do anyhow.
You will do anyhow.
You will do anyhow.
And let's be honest, what do you think led to the rise of people doing 419 and all these things? It's because people have seen that, you don't need to be speaking plenty English to get writing love letter. That's long road.
God bless you.
Just have money.
Bro.
Just have money. Because the truth of the matter is, and let's not lie to ourselves, like I said it earlier, your strength as a man is your money. Whether in marriage,
some men.
Whether in marriage, whether in relationship, your strength.
No.
The truth of the matter is
some men.
So let's bring it into the context of marriage. As a man, if you cannot provide, your wife looks at you less. I don't care whether
not all women.
All women.
Not all
I don't care whether they want to accept it or not.
Yeah.
If you cannot provide to a certain degree,
basics,
your wife will look at you less.
Not all women.
And that is what led to the he cannot lead me. I'm the leader in this. I wear the pants because she feels that the guy is not up to par.
He's not man enough.
He's not up to par. Have you ever seen Dangote's wife or any of these rich guys' wives set camera and be complaining? No. They can't. It's always the guy that him and his wife they are split. So
the Harrisons.
I didn't say that. He said that. So a friend of mine told me something once, and he was like, "Bro, you know when you say all these things on your social media, I always think like, what's wrong with this guy? But I now see what you're saying." I'm like, why? He said because. So he thought getting married meant they will put in resources together and like, and they realize that almost na error. So the truth of the matter is that let's go back to the very core. Every woman wants to be taken care of. It doesn't matter how much she has. Every woman wants, my husband bought it for me. They want princess treatment.
Yes, absolutely.
Once you understand that, and how do you give her princess treatment?
Money, show me the money.
Now, let's be realistic. We say women are entitled now. It's because men made them entitled.
Yeah.
Men have realized that.
So should we strike out the entitlement madness and just call it men madness?
Men created that madness.
The entitlement
men
madness.
Created that madness.
Let me jump in real quick. The entitlement, the entitlement madness now is this: men feel because I have money and I've spent on you, I'm entitled to your body. I'm entitled to sex from you. But that's the entitlement some men have.
That's usually how it goes, though.
So women's entitlement is that, okay, you want me to spend money.
You know what? It is. On that note, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll take the messages from online and see what people have been able to contribute. It's still the Black Table. Do not go anywhere.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
All right, so the director's pants was down. I'm joking. He was a great guy, great director.
But how do you know his pants were down, though?
I heard. They said
Why are we talking about the guy's
No, I don't know. You heard what?
No, but they meant it figuratively.
His pants
Anyways,
were down.
I'm going to take what we have on social media. We have at outlook.com. And he says, hello everyone in the studio. Been a while. I haven't been around.
Outlook should be on the show one day. Honestly.
Then he said, I've been following you on YouTube. Thank you very much, Outlook. And says, please tell Rich Uncle that I am a huge fan of his IG stories. He's on IG.
Ouch.
Baba, they always drop bars. Bless up everyone. You know,
no, but you guys should come on the show one of these days.
Every morning I look forward to seeing what Rich Uncle puts up.
No, but I say a lot of rubbish. No, but I say a lot of rubbish, though. I say a lot of rubbish.
It's always very interesting and so lifting. So we have at Binga says, Ari song just a sing like canary, up and down. Why couldn't you resolve the issues amongst yourselves?
Exactly.
Why are you stressing us on social media? For God's sake, someone who has children for you and you expose her really,
Come on.
Just like that. Now the wife don't tell us, say you did peace for body. And there's a long ace behind it. Then as Susan says that woman is not serious. A woman has a past and she wants it stayed in the past. But a man who is this nice to you has a past
and you want to bring it into the future.
Angry.
Exactly, yeah.
Now this has to do with the story of the Nigerian lady who was in a relationship with the Zambian. And then it continues and goes by, what if he doesn't want to tell you now? Anyways, it's just basically like what if the timing wasn't okay? Anyways, Atfunke says, Mr. Gang, Mayor of Agungi, President of the most faithful men in Lagos.
Okay.
Seer of our time.
Yay!
Tell them about should your past be used against you in future.
So, you know what I thought I was
2 hands in the air for you, sir.
You know what I thought I was going to do?
Salute, sir.
I thought she was going to say something like, tell them about me and you.
I will tell them if I know who that is.
Okay.
I don't hide my past.
It's from Afunke. And then we have Abuki. Abuki says, which one is don't allow your wife pay your children's school fees? ? Question mark. Then goes, or if she borrows money for something in the house, make sure you return it. You men are funny, sha. Yeah. Bullet.
Let's ask her if she will be happy to split her kids' school fees 50-50. She won't. Women just like to form all these independent women. They don't want to spend their money on maintaining their house. The earlier men understand it, the better for them. The earlier. Live a life that you can finance. Because guess what? If you are 40 years old and you were unmarried and you had 2 kids, would you send them to school? Would you pay your house rent? So why do you need somebody to help you
take care of all those ones? So
live a life you can afford.
To continue with what we have from the message, it continues by saying, I married my husband, a millionaire, and 10 years into the marriage, he lost all he had to a bad business deal with his usual business partners. Of all what he had, it's been 4 years, and he hasn't gotten over it. And I have been footing all the bills.
That's exactly
right. And I am not complaining because he's a good man. Pray you don't have deep financial issues. And pray for you,
my point.
Partner. I'm a good partner.
Thank you.
I will love my husband forever. Please note that this is a fake account. I had to open to send this tweet.
So I need so for this person, I need to hear from my husband. I need him to tell me that the past 4 years that my wife has been footing the bills, she has not changed towards me. It's not possible.
Okay, let me quickly take the last.
It's not possible.
Guys, let me take the last one. Then you take.
Okay, let him finish.
And Daniel says, talking stages. How are you? And what is your name in the morning?
I swear.
And off pints in the night. Since this say the boy girl wants to be mad, then goes the long. Now your papa, you go build for house.
You're going to say something.
So here's the thing. I've had conflicts with my wife in terms of I understand where she's coming from. You might not feel so capable as a man because you can't provide at the time, but that doesn't mean your wife is treating you any different. If she's showing you that kind of love, she knows you're going through something for the past 4 years. You're the one now personally feeling some type of way because you're not the sole provider now.
Okay, so
do you know that there's some women, I'm coming first, do you know that there's some women that were raised with a certain level of comfort from certain families that they don't understand what suffering is, but they're willing to bear it with somebody that they love. So even though you are constantly providing, they feel some type of way, but they're willing to forfeit because they know their place as wives.
On that note, which they know their place is taking the quick fire for tonight. Just a tip for tonight.
So I know 7, not 1, not 2, 7. I've seen 7 marriages that at some point the guy fell off, and then the girl had to step in. And I can tell you for free, it came crashing down. The longest took maybe like 2 years. And I'm not saying this because I just want to say rubbish, but as a man, you have to always be on your game. What your woman loves about you is the fact that, they struggle.
I agree.
The moment she has to be the man in the relationship,
things change.
It's finished. Let nobody lie to you that, all right. My wife is
on that note, Deck, you're taking the quick fire for tonight.
The tip. Just the
tip.
He doesn't know how to do the tip. He goes in
fully, but just the tip, 30 seconds.
Well, the thing is, it's simple, right? For me, I believe there are people who are extraordinary for you. For me, there's a woman for you. And if you find yours, keep her. Whatever the case is, there would always be bumps on the road.
Standard.
Whoever it is that you're with needs to be there as shocks to support you.
Standard.
So get your shocks.
For some people,
the
there's a man out there for you, like Zeno.
You know what,
guys? Let this guy do. You don't do.
It's the final one.
No more.
Zeno.
All right, thank you guys. It's been such a wonderful evening, and fortunately for us, we've been able to touch base on everything. Thank you. I don't know where you're all going tonight, but I'm
going home.
Yes.
Go Dortmund. Go Dortmund.
I don't know what he's
talking about.
Champions League final. Go Dortmund.
Let's do this. Talking about.
It's good night from us here, and do have a wonderful weekend.
It's good morning, actually. It's good morning. Peace.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.